6 things that Saints Row does better than Grand Theft Auto, and 6 things it does worse. Before we start, I would like you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to 10. Worse. World Variety. Say what you will about the world of Vice City, you remember everything about its colorful environment and easy to navigate map, and even Liberty City was improved in Grand Theft Auto 4. However, Rockstar's golden achievement of world design goes to San Andreas, just for the variety that presented to the gamer, going from rural to deep country and then the city life. This was the first time a Grand Theft Auto game really felt grand and epic. While Saints Row map is not terrible, there isn't much to set it apart from any other city-based video game. It's still rather generic, gray, and dull. Even in Saints Row 4, where the game takes place in space, they still managed to put us in a generic city. Just seems like a missed opportunity there. 9. Better. Customizations. San Andreas really improved on the character customizations, not only in picking new clothing combinations, but also morphing your character's body type. You could be muscular, skinny, or fat, really innovating the mechanic. However, for whatever reasons, Rockstar just dropped this idea going into Grand Theft Auto 4. Sure, you can still change clothes, but sequels should build on these ideas and not take them away. Saints Row's customizations, for lack of a better word, is completely wacky. You can choose your character's gender, body type, clothes, and even their voice. Everyone who played Saints Row 3 has experimented with a goofy zombie voice. Even Saints Row 4 had amazing car customizations, which is really sad since no one used it due to your character's ability to make a jump and glide. 8. Worse. Online play. While Grand Theft Auto Online had its problem at the beginning, it has evolved into a respectable online multiplayer game. You can do everything you've wanted to do in a Grand Theft Auto game, including plan heists, build an underground facility, and even complete story missions, all with a couple buddies. It's basically like playing a multiplayer Grand Theft Auto game, except all of the other players are jerky trolls. But it's still a very fun experience. While Saints Row multiplayer was fun, it wasn't anything like the gamers really praised about the game. Completing the main storyline with a friend was fun in its own, but it doesn't compare to what Grand Theft Auto Online has accomplished. 7. Better sense of humor. Whenever Grand Theft Auto tries to make a subtle joke, it comes off as childish. This may have been funny when we played the game when we were children, but now that we are all adults, it's easy to see these jokes comes off as immature. From the character named Jizzy to doodles of male genitalia climaxing or a literal porn star named Candy Sucks. It's hard not to fistpalm at these weird jokes. Saints Row, on the other hand, goes all out on the wackiness. No matter how crazy Grand Theft Auto gets when it comes to GTA vs Saints Row, nothing will top the absolute insanity of the latter franchise. While Grand Theft Auto still attempts to tell stories with some deep characterizations and themes, Saints Row just had the leader of the street gang fight luchador crime bosses, became the president, and single-handedly fights against alien warlord. This kind of humor is what has helped Saints Row find its voice and tone, and everyone has appreciated them for it. 6. Worse. Deep lore. Something that Rockstar has become famous for over the past couple of decades is its ability to give its Easter eggs their own intriguing backstory. Remember the mass grave in San Andreas? There are actually 2 possibilities that could explain where it came from. What about the ghost of Mount Gordo in Grand Theft Auto 5? You literally have to solve the mystery here from a single clue written out on the cliffside. Keep looking hard enough in each game in the series and you'll find that there are some kind of interesting things going on around you. 5. Better. Rewarding the player. Okay, you have endured the unbelievably boring and tedious minigame that is yoga. Do you get in return? Absolutely nothing, except maybe Michael will be a bit more limber for his age. This is a problem through a lot of side quests in Grand Theft Auto 5. With all these new side missions, there are few rewards for the players except the usual cash prize. It doesn't really feel like you've accomplished something great. After you complete a round of mayhem or mind over murder in Saints Row, you are rewarded with cash, experience, and sometimes even new weapons and accessories based on how well you do it. When you get the big reward, you know you caused the most property damage and it feels good. 4. Worse. Intriguing storytelling. While you can make the argument that Saints Row has more consistent story following one's character journey and his ragtag team of side characters. However, which is something we can probably all agree on, Grand Theft Auto just has more mature themes, characters, and situations. While Vice City could be considered a somewhat silly game, it still tells the story of a man who lost his life in jail and wants to regain his power. In San Andreas, it follows a man trying to restore his home and family to what it once was. Saints Row, while endlessly funny and entertaining, usually only has one note when it comes to storytelling, starting from the bottom and gaining power for you and the gang. Well, if it works the first time, no sense in changing it, right? 3. Better. Innovative gameplay. It's certainly admirable at each Grand Theft Auto series to add a small dab of creativity to their gameplay, like operating crane or parachuting or something like that. However, Saints Row tries to build upon their own insanity, whether that was a new fighting styles, new weapons to go crazy, and even literally giving you superpowers in the fourth game. Granted, these mechanics were building off of their own crazy universe, but that doesn't mean they did give some of the best and most entertaining superhero gameplay ever. 2. Worse, changing the game. Ever since the day Saints Row was announced, the label Grand Theft Auto clone was thrown around a lot, and unfortunately, they are not completely wrong. While the first Saints Row was a good game in its own respect, a lot of the mechanics and ideas did stem from the same soil where Grand Theft Auto bloomed. Granted, the series did finally find its own image in Saints Row 2, but that doesn't change the fact that the franchise is still following the coattails of another. Grand Theft Auto, on the other hand, completely changed the game in 3D gaming and open-world games. While it might not be that impressive to look at today, Grand Theft Auto 3 was praised for its new concepts and ideas, leading it to be the best-selling video games of 2001. This has led to the cleaner gameplay of Vice City, the large world of San Andreas, and the graphic upgrade of Grand Theft Auto 4 and beyond. 1. Saints Row vs Grand Theft Auto, which is better? The argument of whether the Saints Row series or the Grand Theft Auto series is better is something that's hard to come to a conclusion on. On one hand, Saints Row features some of the most unique, hilarious, and stylistic gameplay of any open-world city crawler. On the other hand, the Grand Theft Auto series prides itself on its realism, which can be attractive and fun in its own way. At the end of the day, the Grand Theft Auto series is much more popular, but that doesn't mean it's better. In recent years, Saints Row has put up more original games and is scheduled to receive its next title, Saints Row Reboot, in 2022. Grand Theft Auto, on the other hand, has been stuck on GTA 5 for more than a decade, with updates to GTA Online being prioritized over a new standalone game. Play GTA if you want to experience a relatively realistic life in a city crawling with crime, but play Saints Row for being able to do things in the open-world sandbox genre that GTA could never pull off. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you will love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.